we reconvene the Committee on Justice to undertake the next crucial step in our constitutional responsibility. This is to examine the sufficiency in substance of the third and fourth impeachment complaints against the Vice President. But before we proceed with today's hearing, allow me to briefly summarize what transpired during yesterday's session. As the members of the committee will recall, yesterday, we officially began deliberations on the impeachment complaints against the Vice President. In total, there were 4 impeachment complaints. And yesterday, we took several significant procedural steps, each made deliberately, carefully, and in full adherence to the Constitution and our rules. First, we approved the withdrawal of the second impeachment complaint after the complainants expressed their decision to instead support the third impeachment complaint. This was further supported by the withdrawal of the endorsements from Representative Percy Sendanya and Representative Laila De Lima. Representative Sendanya noted that by reducing the number of complaints, the committee would effectively expedite the long-delayed impeachment process. Representative De Lima also added that this move would yield strategic gains in the future, quoting a song in the process, "It does not matter how we get there, as long as we get there." Second, we set aside the first impeachment complaint on the ground of violation of the one-year bar rule. This is by a vote of 22 in favor, 10 against, with 0 abstention. That vote clearly demonstrated that despite persuasive arguments from Representatives Antonio Tino, Rene Co, Sara Ilago, and even Representative De Lima, the committee remains committed to a prudent interpretation of the Constitution. As Representative Joel Chua said, the members are exercising caution in interpreting this constitutional limitation.
Unang-una po, ang notices of disallowance ay appealable. They are contestable. Yung pong audit observation memo is just a memo issued by the COA for deficiencies in documentation not involving pecuniary loss. Ang notices of disallowance po ay pwede pang i-appeal ng Office of the Vice President sa regional level ng COA, sa commission proper ng COA, at pwede pang humantong sa Supreme Court. The notices of disallowance does not presuppose guilt on the part of the Vice President. It is not tantamount to a prosecution. Kaya wag po natin itong gamitin, itong mga dokumento na ito, as if meron ng ginawang kamalian ang ating Vice Presidente. Dahil dito po pumapasok yung procedural due process kung ito pa'y accorded sa ating Vice Presidente. At isa pa po, yung pong mga ginawa ng Quadcom nung nakaraang taon, yung pong pagbubukas ng mga envelope, I don't think yan po ay kasama sa trabaho ng Kongreso. Dahil ang pag-audit po ay trabaho ng COA. Meron po tayong Latin legal maxim, potestas delegata non delegari. Delegated power should not be delegated further.
Reminded to confine the manifestation to the subject matter of the impeachment
Opo,
proceeding.
this is pertaining to the...
This is not
the
about
envelope.
Quadcom. This is the impeachment proceeding on the two complaints against the Vice President. Please stick to the subject matter of this impeachment proceeding.
But the envelope, yung opening of the envelopes, hindi po ba may
If
kinalaman
you have
ito?
concerns about the proceedings of Quadcom, perhaps you should address it in the other forums, but not in the impeachment proceedings. The Honorable Marcoleta is so reminded
Opo,
to stick to the subject matter.
yun lang naman po, Madam Chair, notices of disallowance. Ito po ay hindi mga dokumento lamang na ito ay appealable, contestable at hindi ito nangangahulugan ng Vice Presidente ay may ginawa ng irregular dahil ito ay contestable. Yun lamang po ang aking obserbasyon. At ma'am, if I may react dun sa earlier remark made by the chair, I think I was alluded to kasi nagkaroon po ng spectacle kahapon.
The chair just adopted the manifestation of the Honorable Marcoleta yesterday during our determination of form.
Opo, yung pong I am speaking out of premonition. Actually, I'm not speaking out of mere premonition. I was speaking out of experience.
But that's
Opo.
what the committee heard. Nevertheless, Honorable Marcoleta, this is likewise not a subject matter of this impeachment proceeding.
Opo, winawarningan ko lang po ang audience na to observe proper decorum. Wala naman po sigurong masama doon, Madam Chair, di po ba?
But of course, for as long as the public are not committing any offense inside this committee hearing, then there is no basis at all to call their attention or to even mention their name.
Okay, ma'am, pero nagkaroon po ng president kasi sa Senado. Salamat po.
Honorable De Lima, would you like to comment?
Very briefly lang po. Okay, the audit findings under the Audit Observation Memorandum may be subject to appeal, appealable, and can still be questioned. But the fact remains that there are already evidence, there are already documentary evidence, kasama nga na po dito na naka-attach sa complaint, about those questionable disbursements, the use of confidential funds for not legal purposes, for confidential intelligence funds. So this committee, since it's scrutinizing now the very complaint before us, has the discretion and has the duty and the prerogative to do its own scrutiny and analysis of these documents, irrespective of any final COA finding. Of course, it is ideal that we should have the COA final finding, but the preliminary findings are already the red flags. The preliminary findings already show those acts constitutive of impeachable offenses. So it's not really a hindrance to this committee not to consider first those preliminary findings pending the final finding of the
Just to ano lang po, for the consumption of our viewers, hindi pa po natin dinedetermine dito yung guilt ng ating impeachable officer. Hindi natin sinasabi na ginawa niya yon. In fact, parang ano po yan pag nag-file tayo ng isang complaint, criminal complaint before the prosecutor. So we are here acting as prosecutors and checking if there is probable cause, in this case, to determine whether there is, at this moment, recital of facts constituting the offense charged. At sabi nga po ni Honorable Dumogan, meron pa pong opportunity ang ating impeachable officer to respond to this complaint. Hindi naman po na wala na po tayong due process, kumbaga. Bibigyan po siya ng pagkakataon to defend herself in this committee.